This might be one of the best overall expansions for a game I've ever seen. Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we are going to be unboxing Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition. So this is a expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak. You need the base game. This is not standalone or anything like that. This is the second expansion, full print expansion. There was technically a free print and play expansion, which they've kind of expanded upon with this one. But I just want to show you the back of the box and show you everything that they have covered in this game. A lot of times expansions, and you can see it's so loaded up with stuff, the box is literally bursting. Sometimes expansions do really good to just give you more of everything, more stuff. And so that's what they're doing here. They're giving us 2 leaders, both with really, not gimmicky, but like fun mechanics to play with. You can see their boards are, almost a third bigger than the original boards. So lots of fun mechanics with them. You're getting new guardians, new assistants, new arc sites, new idols, all this stuff. More items and artifacts. 2 completely new temples to slap down on the board and climb up. And on top of just giving you more of everything, they have now made it so you can play the campaign completely solo or 2-player cooperative campaign. So they've taken a 1 to 4 player generally competitive game and now made it cooperative with this campaign mode. They've added encounter cards, and then they say and much more here. Fully replayable, unlockable content, so it's got that legacy-esque feel to it, but then it can be reset. I mean, boom, this is it. So Lost Ruins of Arnak is my favorite of the big 3, I guess you could say, of the combination deck builder worker placement games. A lot of it is the theme. The whole Indiana Jones theme speaks to me more than Dune and more than Paleo Americans Endless Winter. But also I just love how you can kind of combo things out in this game and keep your turn going from round to round. There's a set number of rounds in the game, and you can only play out your cards, but then you've got free actions, and basically it's just really fun to just keep a turn going. A lot of very similar to what Everdell does. So we've got right off the bat here 2 tiny little things. I'm assuming this is to put together the mechanics board here, because that does spin. We have some additional people here, all in red. Some additional archaeologists. Whole bunch of cards. We're going to set those off to the side. And this says, read this first. So, okay, this is the campaign book. This is not the rule book. Read this first. Your deck is ready for the campaign. Content can be revealed chapter by chapter as you play through the 6-chapter story for solo or 2-player. So each chapter has a overview card, an achievement rewards, and an encounter deck. So leaders, starting cards, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then plot lines, rewards, items, and artifacts. I am not going to dig into this anymore. I'm just going to peek at the first page. So there is some rules here. It says do not skip ahead, but they're getting into specifics of how to play the campaign. But other than that, I am not going to dig into it. All right, little promo for CGE. Let's see what else they're doing here. Starship Captains is now on here. Codenames app. I haven't tried that out yet. Might have to check that one out and create a video about that one. All right, here we have read this book first. Well, a second ago it said read this first. Now this is telling me read this book first. This rule book tells you everything you need to know about the Missing Expedition expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak. The other book is a campaign book, which is intended to be read chapter by chapter as you play through the story. All right. So look at, These are just beautiful waterfall tiles for the waterfall temple. I mean, this gives me vibes of Contra. We're gonna see if it continues to give me the vibes here. So this one, obviously, you can just add in the stuff from Expedition Leaders, which gave us all of those unique leaders and additional research tracks. And yeah, so I mean, all of this looks pretty similar. They're basically covering here the journalist and the mechanic. The waterfall temple, I love it. The tree temple, interesting. It's interesting that you're not like working your way down the tree temple, but I guess that wouldn't make much sense. So that's pretty much it. It doesn't look like they're throwing a whole lot of new rules at you. All right, we have a pad of paper. This you're gonna be marking up for your campaign. I don't know what all these symbols mean, but I do know that goes along with the campaign. We got some baggies. That's fine. We'll set those off to the side. We have a little player aid here for, it looks like, the mechanic, and a player aid for the journalist, which is nice. You can just hand these to the person, and yeah, has everything that they need. So that's a nice touch. All right. Let's check this out. I'm gonna flip it sideways so that you guys can see it all in one shot. But there is the tree temple. So it's like you're starting in the caverns, working your way up through into the root system, and then come up here. This is kind of a new look, new area right here. And everything else is looking pretty normal. But then there's the waterfall temple. This one is easily the prettiest. Up close, it does not quite give me the same Contra vibes, but I'm pretty sure. And look, there's going to be a thing on here. That's cool. A guardian. I will probably still be thinking about that level of Contra where you just go straight up basically the whole time up the waterfall. Once I play on this board, this will probably be the first side I play on. All right. What else we got here? Just a whole bunch of everything. So, oh my, these are like, this is all one piece? Because this is the journalist's board. Okay. Look at that on the back. That's cool. I know that's upside down, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing the mechanic. Why isn't the mechanic on here? Why'd she get cut out? Anyways, it's cool that they utilized this space here. So there's the journalist's board for you. And here we have just some more of everything. Along with, is this the mechanics board? No. So this is just more stuff. Part of the mechanics board. We got some like dinosaur guardians, some new sites. These are definitely new symbols. I am not familiar with these symbols. I wonder if these have to do with the encounter cards. Very dinosaur-esque stuff here. Must be for the journalist. You can now have a monkey assistant who works with, I know he pairs up with the mechanic, I believe, right off the bat. And then last but not least, we have, whoops, the mechanic. Oh, that's cool. Some kind of bird. Tokens for the players, a whole bunch of these tiles. And then we have the mechanic board. Let's see what the back of her board looks like. Yeah, basically it's the same thing, except this one, they fit the journalist in and fit the mechanic in. So it's a little weird. I honestly can't remember whether they did anything with the back of the other boards. But anyways, so this little punch out is going to come out eventually, and we'll put the wheel there and it will spin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing her. I'm looking forward to playing the Waterfall Temple. Just they're not breaking the game. They're not changing the game drastically. They just gave me a whole bunch of more stuff to try out for it. So very excited about that. So yeah, coming up next, we will probably do a playthrough so we can show off some of this content, just a standard playthrough. And let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see the campaign played out. Obviously, there would be some spoilers in that, so I can just keep that to myself, or I can run through the campaign on the channel if that's something you are interested in seeing, living vicariously through me, or wanting to see a full preview of it. Let me know. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. This was the Missing Expedition expansion for Lost Ruins of Arnak, the second major expansion for the game. And this one is a doozy. I love everything in this box. That's not going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I lied. I forgot we haven't looked at all the cards. Goodness me. So yes, I did almost forget about the cards, but there's not going to be much to show you here because primarily this deck of cards is what we already saw on the back here. So the only thing I'm going to show off is the very top part, which is the leaders starting cards. Now everybody, all the leaders have starting cards, and then you add in a few basic ones, but that's it. After this, at this point, we start with chapter 1 here, and everything from going on down is part of the campaign. So there's a choice you need to make once you open this box. Do you want to have all of this content at your disposal to play multiplayer? If you do, you're going to go through and basically, just pull out the achievements and rewards at each site. You could pull out the encounter deck if you want, but you don't need these solo co-op overview cards or anything else that's campaign related. You can pull all that stuff out, and they do give you instructions on how to reset this, obviously, because they talk about replayability. So you could do this down the road, but it appears that this expansion really is meant to be play the campaign through, then you've got all your new stuff. If you choose to down the road, that can help you reset it, but unlock the cards through the campaign sort of style. So that is what we will be doing. We will be starting with the campaign play. We'll probably put the first mission on the channel, and then if people are interested in seeing the rest, we'll see what we can do. But so we're not going to see that many cards here. Also, they said that I went ahead and packaged everything up. I was going to see if I could fit everything into the main box, but they said to keep this stuff separate because just like this, you'll unlock it through the campaign. So let's just take a look at the two starting decks here and what they do. So the mechanic here can rotate her wheel. That's what that action is. Or if you have 3 assistants, you may exile this card to gain 2 gold pieces. Basically, that is what you would turn the wheel to activate there. So tinkering basically just gives you, based on how far advanced you are, you can just get a coin, you could spin it, or you could spin it here. There's a difference between the goldish bronze and the silver. This one might be just spin it as far as you want, and this one is just maybe 1 turn. Here is a spin and spin. So I know there's a difference. I just don't remember off the top of my head now what those are. So here is the journalist. He basically gets a coin, but then you may move 1 assistant on the supply board from the top of its stack to the bottom. Okay, so you don't like who you're looking at. Here, based on the number of articles he's written or, what he's read, there's a whole bunch of those tokens in here. He gets a bunch of stuff. And then these 2 greenish cards, which are interesting. Gain a compass. You may pay a plane to write a feature article. So I'm assuming that's what these are, feature articles. And then last but not least is just gain a compass. And all of the cards have this tiny little airplane on them. And so that's how you can distinguish this expansion cards versus the other. I know that's tiny. And they're pretty hard to see on most of them, but they're there. That's what they say. I feel like they could have made that a little bigger. All right. So that's the cards. Unfortunately, that's all I can show you because I don't want to spoil anything. We are truly done now. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great night.